Ah, what's going on, everybody? This your boy Isaiah coming to you again from Bucko's Locker. Subscribe, like, comment, share all my videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify you all new videos that's posted on this channel. And also, if you want to follow the Bucks Facebook page, Bucko's Locker Facebook page, feel free to follow that. And also, if you want to donate, of course, donations are welcome on big or small. And if you want to hit me up on Super Chat, feel free to hit me up on Super Chat in the chat room. The last video before the NFL draft tomorrow. The first round of the 2019 NFL draft. Jason Garrett clap. So, the Bucks. What are we gonna do? The draft needs. We got some needs for the team. A number of needs. Some positions that can be upgraded or add some depth or some quality players. Now, the fact remains: do the Bucks trade down or do they stay at 5? Now, Jason Light and Bruce Arians, they was like, there's about 6 players in the draft that are once in a generation players. So I guess if he says there are 6 players and we're sitting at 5, that means more than likely we're going to stay at 5 to get one of those type of players. But also, before I continue on the video, shouts out to everybody in the chat room. I'll make videos any time of the night. It don't even matter. But anyway, let's get to the video. Team needs. I wrote some notes down here. The Bucks have a few needs. Everybody knows we lost Quan and Adam Humphrey in free agency. They signed contract deals. Quan went to the 49ers. Adam Humphrey went to the Titans. So there's some positions of need. We still need a right guard. We can probably use a right tackle, a running back, a rush in for a 3-4 outside linebacker, a 5 technique, or versatile on 5 or 3 technique, or a 5 technique or 0 technique. A versatile D lineman that can pretty much play any position in a 3-4, and a 3-4 outside linebacker, and also inside linebacker. Now, a lot of the mock drafts say we're going to get Devin White. That's the bulk of the mock drafts that I see. A few of them have Rashad Gary and Ed Oliver and Josh Allen and Quentin Williams, but the majority says that we're going to replace Quan. That's a major position in need. Yes, we have Kevin Minter and Deion Buchanan, but they're not Devin White. I'm telling you, Devin White is in that Luke Kuechly, Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman, Roquan Smith, Ryan Shazier, linebackers that can get after it. Darius Leonard from the Colts. He's in that category. Bobby Wagner type line. He's not big as Bobby Wagner, but what he can bring to the table. That type of linebacker that can get after it. If the Bucks draft, Devin White, I would not be mad at all. But back to the position of needs, we also need a slot receiver. Marquise Brown name keep popping up. Andy Isabella, the Massachusetts receiver, pops up. Jalen Hurd has popped up. That we really like him. Hunter Renfrow to replace Adam Humphrey from Clemson. Anthony Johnson from Buffalo. That's another good slot receiver. There's a few slot receivers out there that we can get. But we'll see. I mean, running backs. Do we get a running back in the second or third round? Let me just break it down like this. In the first round, we should be looking at inside linebacker, outside linebacker, D-line in the first round. Or edge rusher, right? Second round, we should be looking at defensive tackle. or edge rusher. Okay. And maybe a safety in the second round if it's possible, depending on how the cards fall. There's a couple safeties out there: Taylor Rapp, uh, Darnell Savage, Amani Hooker, a few safeties out there. But we can look at a safety in the second round or defensive edge rusher in the second round. It all depends. If we get linebacker first, there's a D line in the second round. It's very deep in the second in the D line. Jeffrey Simmons, Jerry Tiller, Chase Winovich, Zach Allen. These are guys that can fill some roles for the Bucs on the D line. But safety is a position of need as well. There's some good safeties out there. Deontay Thompson, Alabama safety. So we got some guys out there that we can get in the second round. Third round, we should be looking at a safety if we don't get a safety in the second round. Running back. A running back in the second round or the third round. Well, I would say third round. A running back will be a position of need in the third, fourth, or fifth round. I hate to say it, but anytime you can upgrade the position, upgrade it. I know Rojo was a second round pick, but how do you become a second round pick and don't produce at all? That's not good. So running back in the third round, we should be looking at running back in the third round. There's a lot of running backs, quality depth. You can get a running back in the third round. We've seen that in past drafts. In this year's draft, there's no Saquon Barkley type running back, Melvin Gordon, Todd Gurley type running back. I know they got Josh Jacobs listed as the number one running back. I think I got some question marks on him. He's tough, but I don't know. His top end speed is kind of weak, but he's strong. He's powerful and very agile. Great balance, good third down blitz picker, pick upper. He's a good third down guy as well. He can pick up a blitz. Running backs are pretty deep. David Montgomery, we can look at in the third round. I don't know if he makes it to the third round, but probably, he can probably make it to the top end of the third round. Darrell Henderson, Memphis running back. Miles Anderson, I heard a lot of talk about him. I saw some tape on him, Penn State running back. Miles Gaskin from Washington. Devin Singletary from Florida Atlantic, I believe. FAU. Shouts out to FAU. Florida College. I support any Florida college. There's some other running backs out there that we can possibly get. Rodney Anderson coming off a knee injury. So I don't know. Elijah Holyfield, but he's 40 times really slow. I don't know what was wrong with him. There's some other running backs out there that's pretty good. Excuse me, fellas and ladies, if the ladies in here. But I like for the third round, I like Rodney Anderson or Henderson from Memphis, if we can get him in the third round, top end third round. But this is like a semi mock draft that I'm doing. But it's not really a mock draft, but it's kind of like mixed in like that. I'm just naming players that's going to be available in the time that we pick. But this is like without thinking about trades or anything like that. So this is a straight up 1 through 7 position of need. What round? So running back in the third round will be an option right there. Even a safety in the third round, even though I said safety in the second round, but a safety can be an option in the third round as well. So let's not fool ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But I got running back a position of need in the third round, even the fourth round or the fifth round. We can get a running back in those rounds right there. I named a few running backs already. Right guard. I didn't do too much studying on the O-line because the O-line is not this year's crop of O-linemen are not great. It's top heavy. Jawan Taylor, Andre Dillard, the Boston College lineman Garrett Bradbury. I think that's the center from NC State that can play center or guard. Austin Howard. There's a few guys, but I mean, The O line is very top heavy. I don't see a lot of quality depth in O line, so we can look at a right guard in the fourth round, fifth round. There's a few guys out there. I don't recall the names off the top of my head, but there's a few guys in the fourth round, maybe fifth round. We can probably snag up in the right guard. Because O lineman, you could pick an O lineman. Second, third, fourth. If you're not a Quentin Nelson or Taylor Lewan, elite lineman. You're not taking a lineman in the first or second round, or not even in the third round. If now, I would say this in the second round, if that NC State lineman or that Boston College lineman sitting there, do you take a stab at him, even though you got position need on defense? I think this is going to be another defensive draft, and I want y'all to know that we can get a right guard in the fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh round. Also, another position of need is wide receiver. We lost Adam Humphrey, Deshaun Jackson, so I'm pretty sure I've named some wideouts earlier in the video that we can possibly get. But let me go back to the safety. Abraham, he might be sitting there. The Virginia safety, he might be sitting there. The Delaware safety, Adderley, he might be sitting there in the second round. So there's a good the safety class this year is really good depth. But back to wide receiver, I named a few of those guys. I know you got DJ Metcalf. You got Paris Campbell can possibly be sitting there in the second round. Marquise Brown, like I say, Andy Isabella, Hunter Renfrow. So we can get a wide out in the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh round. So, I see this draft being a versatile draft. I think a lot of our picks will be very versatile. I don't think our picks will be just a one-trick pony. Because if you look at the draft class, it's D-line heavy, outside pass rusher heavy. Linebackers are not heavy. The safeties have good quality depth. Even the corners have good quality depth. But in today's NFL, you need to rush the passer. You better have somebody in that front seven that can get after it. Like I said, Quentin Williams, Devin White, Devin Bush, those guys, those type of guys, game changers. And if we get a game changer, because I'm gonna do a live stream for the draft, so stay tuned for that. But I pretty much just summed up the Bucs position of need, not in a particular order. Well, kind of sort of in a particular order. But I'm not saying wide receiver is the bottom of the order, but if you go by the rounds I mentioned, like linebacker, inside, outside linebacker, rusher, edge rusher, D lineman, D tackle, 5 technique, safety, wide receiver, running back, right guard. Those are the target positions that we really need to fill. And whoever we draft, make sure that guy can play multiple positions and make sure he's valuable. But I think this is going to be a defensive heavy draft. We're going to draft the receiver between the second and the fifth round. But I think the first 2 picks, if we don't trade out, first round, second round picks should be front 7 picks. Whether you go D lineman first round and a linebacker in the second round, Mack Wilson from Alabama. And the good thing about it, I know this kind of sound crazy, we're picking at the top of every round. If that makes, I know it don't. I'm glad we are, because it's good depth and we can get a good player. Do we draft the cornerback? If you paid attention to my position of needs, I didn't mention cornerback for a reason, because it's just how I'm looking at the draft. If the cards fall right, you got the Temple Roxon, the Temple cornerback, Byron Murphy. He's not gonna fall to us. Greedy Williams, Chauncey Gardner, just a safety / slot guy. But Bruce Arians said Vernon Hargreaves is going to be playing on the outside. So, which means we don't need to draft a cornerback in early first, second, or even third round. There's higher position of need at safety. I would rank safety more. We need a safety more than we need a cornerback. You know what I'm saying? We need a safety. Okay, we invested heavily in the cornerback position. We got some versatile guys, Carlton Davis, MJ Stewart, Kentrell Bryce, Vernon Hargraves. We got guys that play. As long as we get a safety that can play the slot. I like Justin Evans, Isaiah Johnson. Those guys are not game changers back there. That's the problem. I don't want to keep bringing it up. Mika Fitzpatrick, Derwin James, Jesse Bates, the Houston safety, Justin Reed. We missed out on 4 safeties last year's draft. 4 top safeties. And they all graded out well. Derwin James, Mika Fitzpatrick, Justin Reed, Jesse Bates. We did not get neither one of those guys. So safety is a higher position of need than cornerback. I just wanted to pass that information to y'all on what I think and how tomorrow's draft is going to go. George, our safety position, we need to upgrade. Adderley, Abraham, Thumper. You know what I'm saying? Darnell Savage, fast. But whoever we draft as a safety, he got to be versatile. He can come down and play the slot and hit. We need some aggressive. We need a Keanu Neal back there. Take your damn head off. Or Jesse Bates, very instinctive safety. We need somebody on the back end. If you look at the middle of our team, Villa, possibly Devin White, and a good safety. Justin Evans is good, but he's plateaued me. Justin Evans is a good safety, but he's plateaued. He's reached his peak. I don't think he's going to get any better than what he is. He's not a ball hawk in safety. He can cover pretty decent. He can tackle okay. But we need game changer back there. Today's NFL, you better guard the middle of the field. If you can't guard the middle of the field, it's going to be a problem. So there you have it. My quote unquote 2019 NFL draft needs for the Tampa Bay Bucks, aka kind of semi mock draft. But I really didn't pick a particular guy in each round. I just kind of gave you a group of guys that can possibly beat us. So it was a 2-1-1 video. So I told you I was going to do a mock draft. I didn't forget about it, but it's not really an official mock draft. But shouts out to everybody in the chat room. I'm going to give a couple shout outs. Who's in the chat room? Victor Cortez. That GA Boy 17. Alvin, what's up, man? Who else in the chat room? Atlas, what's up? Eli Knight. Savage, what's up, man? Savage, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm one of my shooters. Like the video. Share the video. E. Cardi. Light-skinned ghost. Chauncey Gardner. Yeah. Chauncey Gardner Johnson. Yeah, I like Chauncey. He's pretty good. He can cover the slot and he can play safety. He's very versatile. He's a ball hawk too. We need a ball hawk safety. Goy Boy 81. He's a Devin White a riot. I feel you, man. What up, Big Jit? Nucio. Yeah, I know. 50th Street. Shouts out to Nucio Park, Temple Terrace, 50th Street, North 50th Street, Sly. Sly Junior High, Greco, King, Calhoun Elementary, Sulphur Springs Elementary. I see you, man. Benny Snell, I'm not really. He's not a good fit for the Bucks. I'll take Rodney Anderson over Benny Snell, or Damian Harris in the 3rd round. But I think one of those backs will be there in the 3rd round if everything falls correctly. So light-skinned ghost. Are you still on Tarpon? Okay, Tarpon, man. Yeah, I know. You got Tarpon over there and Flounder and all the other fish streets out there. I was on 50th Street. Benny Snell is kind of like a James Conner in a way. You can't really sleep on Benny Snell. But I'm not a big fan of him. I think he's an average back. I mean, I think he's good, but I think I would take Rodney Anderson or I like Tony Pollard from Memphis. Versatile guy, running back and slot. You know, he can Debo Samuel from South Carolina, slot guy. But I think it's going to be linebacker, D-line first round. D-lineman, edge rusher first. I mean, it's going to be one. We're going to get somebody really good. So, fingers crossed. There you have it. Summary of what the Bucks need, aka mock draft, kind of, sort of. Late video, caught y'all off guard. I told y'all this is what I do. I'm gonna do a lot of these type of videos late. I will be doing a live stream. I'm gonna do a live stream through the whole first round of the 2019 NFL draft. You will get a live reaction on every pick. I'm going to be talking to y'all through the whole first round. And I'm going to give you a draft by draft pick reaction on every team, on what I think about that draft pick, especially the teams that we're going to be playing and what that player can possibly do to our team that can affect us on the offensive side or the defensive side. But anyway, did the Warriors lose? Because I was just watching the game and they were choking big time at home, close out the Clippers. But did the Warriors lose? What was the score? Did anybody watching the game? Did the Warriors lose? Because they was down like by 8 or 6 or something like that. But anyway, the Warriors lost. The series is 3-2. Going back to LA. Now, let's be real. Can the Clippers beat the Warriors 2 more times in a row? I mean, the Warriors blew them out twice. They blew them out in game 3. And they beat them in game 4. And then they lose at home. It's kind of weird, but I don't see the Clippers beating the Warriors 2 more times. Like 3 straight times. It's hard to beat the Warriors 3 straight times, but that's not the type of stuff I talk about on my channel. But the Warriors is going to win the series. If anybody don't believe me, let's put some money on it. It'll be the Warriors and Rockets in round 2. That's going to be a series. But anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section about the draft tomorrow. Stay tuned for the live video tomorrow for the draft pick by pick live reaction. Once again, this your boy Isaiah coming to you from Bucko's Locker. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all my videos. Make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify all new videos that's posted on this channel. Also, make sure you hit the notification bell icon to notify you all new videos that's posted on this channel. Also, follow the Bucko's Locker Facebook page. It's moving slow. We're trying to get to 400 followers or likes, you want to call it. Let's push to 1,000 on that. Let's get this channel to 3,000 subs. Shouts out to everybody in the Bucks family, from YouTube, the Facebook groups all across the world. To all my pirates and my sea bandits and my stick carriers and Buckaholics and diehards, I want y'all to fire those cannons, seize the day, and we're gonna raise those flags tomorrow, baby. Well, today. I'm out. I'll see y'all later.